Hi children, welcome to biology online classes. So in the previous classes we have studied lymphoid organs, isn't it? So there are primary lymphoid organs and there are secondary lymphoid organs. We have seen the various type of primary lymphoid organs like what the thymus gland, and we have also studied about the bone marrow. Okay, and we have seen the secondary lymphoid organs like what pairs patches, tonsils, lymph nodes, isn't it? So appendix etc we have studied. Now we are also we have studied about the mucosa associated lymphoid tissues, isn't it? MALT, and this is the what the major tissue, lymphoid tissue found in human body. Okay, that is present where in the lining of various tracts. Now we are going to study about AIDS. Okay, so you know what is the full form of AIDS? Acquired immunodeficiency syndrome, isn't it? So this why we are studying here this AIDS. Okay, actually it is what affecting our immune system. Okay, it's from the name itself it is very clear. Acquired means during the lifetime. Okay, we means we are acquiring the immunodeficiency due to the attack of this virus or due to the infection of this virus. Okay, we are getting a deficiency of the immune system. Understood? Acquired immunodeficiency syndrome. Syndrome means what? It's a group of symptoms. Okay, number of symptoms are what seen in AIDS. That's what it is also known as what syndrome. So, syndrome means a group of diseases. And AIDS was first reported in 1981, and it was spreading very fastly, killing many people, around 25 million persons. Okay, means more than that now. By the time what 2021, more than 25 million people were killed. Understood? And AIDS is caused by a virus known as human deficiency virus, HIV virus. So AIDS is the name of the disease, and HIV is what? The virus which causes the disease, isn't it? Human immunodeficiency virus. Okay, and it's a kind of retrovirus. Do you remember what are retroviruses? The viruses which are having RNA as the genetic material is known as what? Retroviruses. Okay, and how this transmission of disease happens? Not by casual what meeting or casual talking, not by that, by the transmission of, okay, body fluids. That can be by sexual contact or by transfusion of contaminated blood. Okay, then by sharing infected needles, as in the case of what intravenous drug addictions. And see, we now we can see that I told that many times. Now we are using or we are getting injections with the disposable syringes. Before it was not like that, isn't it? It was sterilized by heating and all. So the syringes were sterilized by heating. But now we are having what? Sterilized, no, not we are having disposable what syringes. Understood? So this is the reason for this is what? Because AIDS can be spread from what, using the same syringe. Okay, if it is not if it is not sterilized properly, there is chance of what? The transfer of this kind of diseases. Okay, then from infected mother to her child through placenta. Understood? So viruses can diffuse. Understood? And likewise the disease can be what, spread from mother to children. So the people who are having multiple partners, sexual partners, they are having more risk than drug addicts, especially those who are taking injections intravenously when they are taking drugs. Okay, then the people who needs blood transfusion, okay, they want to receive blood from what the other persons, then children born to HIV infected mother. So these groups are having high risk of what getting AIDS. As I told, there is very there is no chance of getting this disease through casual talks or casual mingling. Understood? So there is no need of isolating the AIDS patient, but okay, it was having lot of social stigma, and the people, those who got the AIDS and their families were completely isolated ones, isn't it, in our society. Also, there is no need of all this because this disease won't spread in that way. Understood? So, by through body fluids only, that is by having multiple sexual partners, then what means between the partners, sexual partners, it can be, or by what sharing of drugs, especially when they are taken intravenously, means in the form of injections. Then what those who are having those who need repeated blood transfusion and from infected mother to child. So these are the ways. Understood? Incubation period, okay, that is very long. Sometimes that is varying. Actually, what is in incubation period? The time between, the time lag or the time period between the infection, means from the time when the viruses enters into the body or any microorganisms enters into the body and the appearance of the symptoms. That time period is known as what? Incubation period. Understood? So, what is incubation period? The time lag between, or the time period between what? The infection, the entry of pathogens into the body of the host, and the appearance of disease is called what? The what the incubation period. So the incubation period is very much varying. That can be from some from few months. Okay, so sometimes within months the disease may appear, but in some cases they may appear after many years. 5 to 10 years only they get appear. That depends upon our immune system, isn't it? So when a person get this viruses, the virus directly go and enter into the macrophages. Do you remember macrophages? Mast cells, macrophages, phages, etc. They are actually in the areolar connective tissue. Okay, so where there, what happened? RNA genome. The virus is RNA virus, isn't it? So RNA genome replicates and form what? Viral DNA. Understood? So what happened? First they'll form viral DNA. Okay, RNA genome of virus, okay, of AIDS or HIV virus. They what they form the viral DNA with the help of enzyme called what? Reverse transcriptase. What is reverse transcriptase? The enzyme which is needed to form DNA from RNA. Okay, transcription is what? Do you remember we learned? The formation of RNA from DNA is called transcription, isn't it? Reverse means from RNA to DNA. Understood? And then what happened after forming the viral DNA? What happened? The viral DNA will get what incorporated into host cells, and then a number of viral particles will be produced. Okay, so the macrophages, they just act as the HIV factory, isn't it? They continuously provide, they multiply, and then what? They act as the factory where this HIV viruses are synthesized. Understood? And then what happened? Simultaneously, HIV enters into the helper T lymphocytes. Do you remember? T lymphocytes are there. There are different types of T lymphocytes. Okay, so they enter into the helper T lymphocytes and replicates there, and they produce what? Progeny viruses. Understood? And then what will happen? The progeny that is released into the blood again attack what? New helper T cells, and likewise what will happen? Repeated what repeated, this process will repeat and will result in the decrease in the number of helper T, lymphocytes. Okay, during the infection, they get number of symptoms like fever, diarrhea, weight loss, and this is because the decrease of T lymphocytes occurs in them, isn't it? So they will get easily infected by a number of microorganisms like mycobacterium, viruses, fungi. Okay, then what parasites like toxoplasma, all this will get easily infect, or they infect the patient easily. Understood? So the patient will become immunodeficient. Why? Because T lymphocytes are affected, isn't it? So T lymphocytes are needed for what? Immunity. Along with B lymphocytes, we have studied that. Okay, so this is the reason how the patients become what deficient in the immune system. Understood? Or how they are prone to a number of diseases. So the test that is widely used to confirm AIDS is ELISA test. Okay, enzyme linked immunosorbent assay. Understood? So this is the test used for what? Confirming that the person is having AIDS or not. Okay, then treatment of AIDS with antiretroviral drugs, that all are partially effective, but it is not effective properly. Okay, so here antiretroviral drugs are used, and that is partially effective, and they can prolong the life of the patient, but never it can save the life, or completely cure is not possible in this case. Okay, so prevention of AIDS, how we can do, as it's not having any cure. Okay, prevention will be the best option, isn't it? So what prevention we can take? Okay, that is this HIV infection. Okay, it happens with our conscious only, isn't it? By having multiple sexual partners, or what by sharing the syringes, means we know while doing these all things there is chance of what? Getting the disease. Okay, it's not like that any other diseases like pneumonia, typhoid, isn't it? So we don't know in this cases when this comes. Okay, we can cover the what food items, we can use all that we can do, but still, okay, here it is very clear. The ways by which this disease is getting infected is very clear. Understood? So this what things we have to take care. So in India, okay, the National AIDS Control Organization, okay, and other NGOs are they are concerned with educating people about AIDS, okay, and WHO also has started programs to prevent the spreading of HIV infection. So what all preventive measures we can do? Okay, making blood banks. Okay, so now if you go to the hospital, they'll give blood from where? From the blood bank, and the persons the taken blood or other person should refill it. Okay, so we are taking the blood directly from the, not from the patients or the persons, we are taking mainly from what? From the blood bank. Understood? And that means already test and all will be done, and if it is safe, then only what they will give us, isn't it? Then what? Keeping the means making disposable needles and syringes very very compulsory. Okay, in public hospitals and private hospitals, it is compulsory to use only what? Disposable syringes. Free distribution of condoms, controlling drug abuse, okay, advocating safe sex, then promoting regular checkups. All these are what? To reduce the what? HIV infection. Okay, by this we can reduce the what? HIV infections, or we can reduce the number of patients, or spread of disease can be reduced. Okay, then if anyone is having HIV infection, everyone used to hide it, isn't it? Because of the social stigma associated with that. People will may isolate them, isn't it? And they'll be what thinking them something means they will cause some bad thing, isn't it? So likewise, what the patients, why they are doing this? Because because of all this, what people do, they will just hide their what infection, isn't it? So this may lead to the spreading of the disease to many more people. So what society has to do? Society has to show sympathy instead of being shunned by means what blaming them. Society has to what show sympathy and they have to take care of them. Then what will happen? The patients will not hide the problem. Why they are hiding? Because of the problems of the society, isn't it? So like this, in a collective manner, if we what approach this disease, okay, the chances of wider spread of the disease can be decreased. Is understood? Then, and means it's a disease that can be controlled only by the society, medical fraternity acting together. Understood? Otherwise what will happen? It may get spread and can, as there is no cure, okay, there can be more death or the diseases can be spread easily. Is it clear? So about AIDS you understood. So we have learned the name of the means acquired immunodeficiency syndrome. Water syndrome, collection of symptoms. Then what I have told, HIV. What is HIV? Human immunodeficiency virus. Okay, where they attack the macrophages, isn't it? And then simultaneously they attack what also? T lymphocytes. Okay, they multiply and produce what? The progenies. Understood? And because of this, the immune system will get reduced. Okay, means their power get reduced and they can easily infected by any bacteria like mycobacterium, viruses, fungi, okay, then parasites like toxoplasma, etc. Understood? So the test that is used for identifying it is ELISA. Okay, how we can prevent the disease, because prevention is very essential because no effective medicines are there. Understood? So it's very important to prevent. And for preventing, the what the persons with AIDS should acknowledge themselves and why they are what not doing this, because of the social problems. Understood now? So this topic is very clear, I hope. We'll see with the other topic. Thank you.